What's up everyone, my name is Michael Pohl with Bay Area Aquatics, and today I'm doing kind of an informal video. I wasn't planning on filming this. I've already got videos scheduled for the next couple of weeks, but I really wanted to show off a couple of things that are happening in my fish room before things change, because they're going to be changing again here in a couple days, and I haven't had a chance to really update everyone on what's going on. So if you remember from my fish room tour, this is my breeding rack setup thing. I finally ended up adding a fourth 10 gallon. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the fish that are in here, the breeding progress on some of them, and just give some updates that people have been asking for. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably been seeing a lot of this. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you probably haven't seen 3/4 of this, if not more. And so just figured I'd give everyone a little update. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with the tank all the way over here. This is my Red Koi Tuxedo Guppy tank. A lot of people have been asking for updates because I posted that I got them and then haven't really posted since. They're doing great. I had a little bit of a fin rot issue in the tank for a little bit, so they didn't go to the auction with me this month like they were going to. Some of them were for my breeder program, but they'll probably be going next month, assuming the outbreak doesn't happen again. The fins are healing up, so they should be good to go next month. But yes, I've been very happy with these. The tank's been going great. The cherry shrimp have been going crazy in that tank. The only thing is the tank's a little bit cloudy most of the time, but I think that's just a bacterial load thing. And so I've been keeping track of the water parameters and everything like that, but it's just a cloudy tank. Next tank on the line is going to be this one. This is my Physomean Nostrale Gold Killifish pair. I know I totally butchered that name. I'm not good at these Latin names. I picked these up a week ago at my fish club auction. I wasn't planning on buying them, but I saw them at the auction table and I just fell in love with the look of the male and just had to have them. And then when I looked them up online before the actual, because we get to browse the auction table before the speaker and that, so we get a little bit of time to kind of think about it, and I saw them, I was like, ooh, I really want those. I'm going to look them up online because I know a lot of killifish live for like a short amount of time and they're kind of hard to breed, and I don't really have the time or the patience to do that type of killifish right now. But these are ones that last for about 3 years is what I was told, or what I could find online. And I was told they're really, really easy to breed, and online kind of everything said that. A lot of you guys on my Instagram page said that they were easy to breed. The guy that brought them said they were pretty easy to breed. And so I was like, done, I'm sold. I told myself, didn't care how much it was going to cost. I wanted to buy them because I know they were locally bred and they were good, taking care of good fish. And so I ended up picking up the pair of them for 15 bucks, which is an awesome deal. I would have gladly paid more for them, but I got them, and I just checked today and there was a handful of eggs. I think there was 3 or 4 eggs in the spawning mop, which isn't a ton, but I figure it's enough to start pulling and glancing, and I may end up having to move these guys out of the tank soon, so I'll talk more about that towards the end of the video. But I figured I'd at least start pulling eggs for the next couple of days. If they have to get moved, this breeder basket will get moved over to one of the other tanks that has an established thing, and the new fish would go in here. And then these fish would actually go out into my hallway tank where the scarlet batis is, and then I'd probably end up rehoming the scarlet batis. As much as I like that fish, he just hides a little too much for my display tank needs. He may come in here and sit in the shrimp tank, but I'm not sure about that just because they are kind of micro predators, and while there's a lot of cover, I'm not sure. He might just end up getting rehomed. So yeah, like I said, on this tank so far, we've got, I think it's 3 eggs in here, 4 eggs, something like that. Not a ton, but they were in the mop, so I pulled them and put them in here. Hopefully they're gonna hatch up semi-soon, and I can start breeding these guys out and getting a couple more of them. In the tank next to them, I have the Pearl Galaxy Medaka rice fish, and these were rice fish that I was looking for, and I was looking for, and I was looking for, and then I sent Backyard Aquatics a message because I knew they had some, or I heard they had some. Said, hey, do you have some? I'm looking to buy some. They said that they just had a couple of them, but they needed a free tank, so I'm babysitting these for a few months, and I finally, I was trying to colony breed them for the longest time, and I gave up on that, and I started pulling eggs, and I'm finally getting rice fry, and you probably can't see them on this camera, but I'll post a picture. Finally getting Japanese rice fish fry in the box here, and I've been pulling eggs from the spawning mop, trying to kind of up that production as much as I can and get these guys breeding out as much as I can, because I do need to return these fish sometime soon. So I'm hoping to get my own colony, enough to get my own colony, and I'm going to return some fry with the other fish as well. So really excited for those. I really like them. I think they look really, really nice for just a really basic fish. And I'd really like to work with these outside when the weather starts to warm up a little bit. Do some tubbing or ponding with them. The 55-gallon pond that has minnows in it, I might pull all of those minnows and put these in there instead. I think they would stand out a lot nicer, and I'm really, really liking these rice fish. And last but not least, in this tank, we have 4 red wag platies, 2 males, 2 females. I picked these up from PetSmart a couple weeks ago just because I was in the area and I was like, you know what? I want something for this tank. I didn't buy the Killifish yet. I was planning on putting the fish that I'm getting soonish in this tank, and I kind of impulse bought because I figured worst comes to worst, these guys have made it through quarantine and they can go up in the 75-gallon. I bought these specifically because in the 75-gallon I have some swordtails as well, not just platies, and so I get a lot of hybrid fry out of there, as well as the angelfish kind of takes care of a lot of it. But now that I'm working with my breeding program a lot more, I wanted to have some pure platies so I can be able to kind of cross that off my list of, okay, I've bred these and turned them in. So I was in PetSmart, they had some, I picked some up, and I figured I wanted more for the 75 anyway, so I'd breed some out, take some to the program, and then throw them up here. But the new fish that I'm getting may end up being put in this tank. I haven't decided yet because these platies are finally to the point where they're actually breeding. They haven't dropped any fry yet, but both the females are very, very pregnant. So I may just put them up here. I may even set up like a 5-gallon bucket and drop just the females in there and see if I can get the fry. I don't know if I want to do that or if I'm going to have enough electrical outlets to do that. I don't think I do. But I'm tossing the idea back and forth. I may even take them to my office and set up the little 5-gallon tank under the 20-gallon and just throw all the fry in that. Haven't decided that yet either. But yeah, so that's kind of my dilemma there. And the new fish that are going to be coming in are going to be some rainbow shiners, some wild rainbow shiners, which I'm very, very excited for. I've heard about them. I've heard a lot of people say they were, great fish to have, and they turn super, super colorful when they're in breeding mode. And so I got the chance to purchase some for a good price. So I said, you know what? Go ahead, put me down for 2 pairs, and I'm just waiting for them to come in. But as soon as they come in, I'm going to have to put them somewhere. And since they are wild caught, I'm definitely going to be a little extra quarantining with them, probably a little bit longer and some heavier medication and things like that. So I don't want to move things around. That being said, I do plan on moving these Killifish out to my hallway tank. Eventually, I was just planning on breeding them first. And so I may, depending on how many eggs they put out, move the hang-on back over to where the platies are, move the Killifish out to the hallway tank, raise up the fry in the hang-on back filter or a hang-on back breeder on the platy tank, and then put the wild fish in that one. Or I may keep the Killifish here, put the platies up there, and put the wild Killifish there. I've even thought about putting the platies out in the hallway tank, but that's my dirted tank, and when I want to go net them out, or if they do breed, I don't want to stir up all those plants and have to worry about netting all those fish out. So I haven't decided yet. I'll probably know once the time comes. I'll have to make some sort of decision. Most likely these red wags are probably just going to go up in the tank, and I'll just buy some more platies when I have a free tank and check those off on my list. But yeah, like I said, I know this video is going on a long time, but I just kind of want to give everyone an update because I don't really do these update ones. I tend to do more of experience. I'm going to have a whole rice fish video coming out start to finish. I'm going to have a guppy video coming out that I'm filming probably this week actually, start to finish, how to breed guppies. Killifish, same thing. Platies, same thing. I just turned in my leased Killifish, which aren't technically a Killifish, but they're a live bear, and I just turned those into my club and got credit for those. And I have all the pictures and the script done. I just haven't had a chance to sit down and film it. I have all the B-roll and everything for it. Like I said, I haven't gotten a chance to film the actual sit-down part. So I've got some videos coming, but I wanted to kind of give this mini update because I'm super happy with what I've got now. I think I've got such a cool selection of fish here, and I'm super, super excited just to be breeding and having this luck. This is new for me. I'm not a big breeder. I've just started getting into breeding a couple months ago. And so I just really, really excited for it. Really wanted to show them off. I got some awesome fish, and I I kind of wanted to brag for a minute of, look at the fish that I've got. So let me know what fish you have gotten in the last couple of months. Let me know if you're breeding any of them or anything like that. I always like to hear what type of fish people are breeding, what their experiences are with them. If you're new here, be sure to hit the subscribe button so you get notified every time I upload a video. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, you know what to do. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.